look, every company's got to make its own set of decisions, but what we've seen over the last few weeks publicly, but we've known now for an awfully long time, is that the long arm of Beijing is reaching out into these companies, stealing their intellectual property, forcing technology transfer, making it very difficult to, in fact, make a profit in China for many, many companies. From a foreign policy perspective, we think it's completely inappropriate for China to attack U.S. businesses whose employees or customers exercise their fundamental freedoms here in the United States. We just think that makes no sense. And we'd encourage every company to take a good, close look, ensuring that the kinds of things, the reciprocity that President Trump has been demanding from China actually takes place.
Is Hong Kong linked to the trade discussions?
No, not directly. Hong Kong is an issue where China needs to fundamentally live up to its obligation. It made a commitment to one country, two systems. President Trump has said that they need to continue to honor that commitment that they made not only to Britain, but to the United Nations and the world. They need to live up to that there in Hong Kong.
I thought this was a really interesting answer. We kind of touched on both sides, didn't take a really hardline position, but was a veiled criticism at companies that have not stood up for the kind of things that of course, the administration's fighting for. It wasn't directly naming the NBA or anybody else, but I think it was clear what his implication was there.
Yeah, I think in general, the idea that that perhaps U.S. companies over the years have gotten in the habit of being far too accepting of whatever the local standards are in China, that seems to be a pretty fair point at this point.
I think it's easy, though, of course, for a government official taking the flip side to say, well, hey, you should stand up for what we believe here in the United States, because there is obviously money and profit to be made, and companies are trying to thread a needle. Yeah,
absolutely. And he did say, of course, at the top, I think every company's got to make its own set of decisions, as therefore not taking a hardline response. But interesting theme, either way.